everybody, Elizabeth Statlander getting straight to the point on relationship and mental health issues, part 2 on the narcissist. So we spoke earlier about how the narcissist develops and how they think in general, which is mainly about how to fulfill their own needs and their own agenda anywhere, anytime, any place. And everything has to be on their terms when it's convenient for them, the way that they want it. And everybody else has to just kind of go along to get along. And if they don't, look out, okay? Because the narcissist can get extremely rageful. But there's also another kind of narcissist. There's the rageful, very egregious, defensive, cocky, haughty type of personality narcissist. And then there's another type of narcissist, which is not written in the books or anything, but it's something that I've observed. And I call them the backhanded narcissist. So the backhanded narcissist isn't necessarily as rageful as the typical narcissist that we've been talking about. And they are very sort of backhanded and subtle with their arrogance, and they have the same agenda as the rageful narcissist. They just do it in a little more calculated and quiet way. They can be quite mean. The rageful narcissists generally tend to have a side of them that is very charming and very exciting and kind of fun and emotional at times. But the backhanded narcissists are more introverted, and they give little digs at everybody and kind of put them down that way rather than just screaming and yelling in their faces, which, I'm not sure which one you'd prefer, but the backhanded narcissist has the same agenda, which is fulfilling their own needs, being right, and being special, and being seen as special by others. And I read a study when I was in graduate school that was done on narcissists, and it's pretty interesting. The psychologist interviewed like 20 narcissists and their families, and in the beginning of the study, and then they gave each participant, each narcissist, like 10 different tasks. Some were physical, some were intellectual, some were artistic, and they would interview the narcissist about how they thought they were going to do on all these tasks. And 100% of all the narcissists who were in this study gave these very inflated expectations of themselves and talked about how talented they were and how wonderful they were going to do at all of these different tasks. And then the researchers went and interviewed the families about how the families thought that their narcissistic family member would do at all these different tasks. And of course, the family had a much more, realistic and reasonable belief about how their narcissistic family member would do. And there was a huge disparity between the way the narcissists saw themselves and the way everybody else saw them. And I think that that's a really good, stage to kind of introduce and talk more about the narcissist. So if we think about what we talked in the earlier one, the narcissists are really a little insignificant, insecure child living in a shell of grandiosity. And so they're always going to inflate and over-exaggerate their accomplishments. And so you may hear narcissists say some really delusional things and talk more about their contributions to life, to intellectuality, to art, to whatever, than any other normal person would. It's always about what they contribute and what they do and what they teach and what they know and what they have to tell everybody. And it's very rarely about what they can learn from other people. So if you're trying to understand the narcissist and figure them out, if you notice that, this person that you're dating or married to or working with is constantly talking about their contributions to everything and see other people's contributions to things as very, very small, or that other people's intellectual, artistic, whatever contributions are very insignificant, chances are you're dealing with a narcissist. Narcissists tend to actually a lot of times do very little to contribute to their relationships. They kind of expect that everybody's just going to do things their way and see things their way because their way is the best and is always right, and everybody else is kind of an idiot and subpar in their view. And so you will find that the only people that the narcissist will really ever give tribute to are like established celebrities or, you know, people that they kind of look up to or wish they could be. But anything less than that, people just generally don't have a lot of value for them. And the family relationships and the romantic relationships are the most difficult part for a narcissist because they really don't know how to have relationships. Because again, it's always their way on their terms, as they see it, the way they want it, and what they need to fulfill their particular needs in that particular moment. And everybody else's needs, wants, desires, and that includes the children, are, you know, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth, not even second. But the narcissist will think that, or say that they're a wonderful father and husband of the year, when yet they may, you know, not show up very often to family events, may not participate very much in, you know, the daily business of the children and the family. And, you know, it can be quite daunting for a person, a spouse or children on the other side of a narcissist, because it does seem at times that narcissists are just completely delusional in the way that they see themselves. So that's our part 2. Okay, we're explaining everything about the narcissist, and part 3 is going to be about being in a relationship with a narcissist, okay, which I'm already alluding to, but we're really going to zero in on that in the next video. Okay, narcissist part 3 coming up. Hope you enjoyed this.